Hello everybody, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. 949, our solve count. Where do we still have lots of progress to make? Probably around things like Bricky and Loopy, where I'm going to need to revisit those because, boy, have we not made a lot of progress on those yet. But what is this silver one? Range. We could probably do some range, surely. We've got 34 of 46 done, so there's 12 more here to do. 3 to gold it. Range 2 to 3, mingle shape. Well, you have to get out to there. You have to get out to there. Neighbouring regions must have different shapes. Oh, God. So with just 2, 3, there's only 3 shapes we can have. There's... we can have 2, 3, and 3, and that's it. That is our shape bank. So that's got to come to there. That's got to come to there. That's got to come to there. It's got to get out. These all have to get out, which puts that limited. If that's a 2, this can't be a 2, has to be a 3. Put a box around it. This could be a 2. This has to come out, can't be a 2. Can't be a 3, has to be that one. That has to pick up that. That has to get out. This has to be a 2 because it can't be this 3 or that 3. This can't be a 2 or a 3, so it has to do this. This has to get out, can't be a 2, has to do that. That becomes a 2. Then this can't be a 3, so that has to be a 2. That has to be a 3, that has to be a 3. That has to get out, that has to get out, that has to be a 2. This can't go corner, so that's a 3, that's a 2. That takes a corner. That has to get out, has to go over. You need to get out. You have to get out. You have to get out. Alright, home straight here. What do we know about who that remains? You can't be straight and you can't be hooked, so you get that. Then you can't be a 2. You have to get out. Then it's just who is limited by what else? Right, you can't... We can't have a pair of 2s here, can we? Stop colouring in. Solve it properly. You have to get out. We can't have 2, 2, and 2. And these all touch. So one of them's a 2, one of them's a hook, one of them's a 3. You can't hook. What? This can't be a 2. Has to get longer. Can't be a 2. This has to be part of a 3, so it's either that or that. Can't be that, so it must be that. Which makes you a 2, you a 2, you're a hook, you're a 3, you're a hook. Alright. Not a bad one. 2 more for gold. I'll do another 4. Max 10. And there's 49 with 5 pairs of things. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're going to have to cut through somebody here in an interesting way. Like, this has to get to a red tile. It's 7 across and that down, but it's max 10. So you could do it in 9. But if we cut through there like that to 9, this becomes an island that we can't operate with. So must this exist as our first 10? Perhaps? And that's 10. But we can't get to this tile. That's really interesting. 10, 10, 10, 8, 10. Can I knock some stuff out of somewhere? I need to get higher up. So I think it's true that this must take that corner and this must take that corner. Because any other red taking that corner, I mean, we could do that, I guess. That leaves 8 there. Maybe if we work bottom to top, it'll make things easier for me. 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. That's 11. Ugh. 10, 10, 10, 8. So if we make that 9 and 9, I can't extend that upwards. All right, let's start with some other stuff that we know to be true. So we know this is true. Therefore, we know that this must come out to here. That must come out to there. That must come out to there. And that must come out to there. Which means that must come out to there. So that's all true. 5. If this goes to this corner, you get trapped. That's 10. This is 8. But I believe that this as an 8 doesn't work out. So that makes 10. Then you have to come up and come out through there. 10, 10, 10. 6, 10. Well, who knew that starting with what you knew could work out so well, huh? 5, another 4, 5, a 4, minimum 3 Gemini area number with a 12 in it. Minimum 3. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 13. That's so awkward. I can't easily... If I made all these... Hold on. If I made all these 4s, I know they don't match in shape right now, but there would be 7, 8, 9 left. Which obviously can't work. If I did something like... three and three. And three and three. And three. That leaves 8, 9, 10. Not 12. So, does somebody need to share twice? I think. How does that look? Man, it was looking so clean and tidy and all. So I've got 25 here. Total. Minus the 12 equals 13. Unless I can make this 12 be part of this somehow. But I don't know how I would. There might be a way to do it that my brain can't quite get. 8, but that's 5 tall. And I can't go 5 tall here. Can I do 13 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes? But it doesn't have to be 5 shapes. It needs to be... I don't even know how I do that, because that's 5 and too big. It can't be 2 6s. It's minimum 3. That's 13 again. I feel like the 12 is going to have to be part of what makes up these guys' space. I just don't know what that's going to look like. I don't want it to be this space, because then I'd have to double it over again and again. I can't see the move at all. Oh, it's all this Gemini Delta stuff. Maybe I can work with this. Range 4 to 6 polyominoes. Mingle shape. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. So we can't do that and have this be different. All the polyominoes are 5s. So then the space that can exist otherwise would be 4s and 6s. But if neighboring regions must have different shapes, we can't do this and leave that as a 1. Does that mean this is fixed? Now, that's interesting that this ends up so close to this, but they can't mingle. I'm really stuck on trying to see if there's any other way I could build this out that lets them exist without leaving islands of 1 or otherwise neighboring each other. Because these lines really limit moving over further. This can't do that because it leaves the 1. It can do that. It can't do that because it borders here. It can't do that because it borders there. So therefore, I think this can only exist here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this must exist here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this shape, which is also really strange and annoying. It's like they've built this level to contain heaps of pitfalls that they know you're going to fall into. Um, 4 to 6, so I can't do that with 3. Right, how else can I put this in here? Like that. And that's a 4. But now this is trapped in to this guy. This is a weird one. You can't do that. Leaves a neighbor that's a problem. Can't do that. Can only do this. Is there another way I can put this guy that I'm not seeing? Yes. Okay. Then you would have to be this or this. Can't be that one because can't have the 3. So go with that. That, and then that leaves this. But that can actually be a T shape. Nice. Bit squirrely, but we got there. And we have gold on the range. Where the deer and the antelope play? Not sure. So there's 9 more of these. God, what are you doing down there? Oh, you're being that, yeah. We get that for a giraffe. Minimum 12. I remember this. I remember this deeply. Trying to, like, get out but not touch the 2 sides of everything. Because then this... I mean, that could all... No, it couldn't. That could be... No, because that has to get out of there. There's so many limits on where you can put stuff. And it's not like I can go, okay, well, those can't exist and must be different, because it could be the L and 2 side pieces. Minimum 12 on an area of 90. Gosh. It feels like this is where you start, because it's so confined, right? Like, this exists. And we can't leave that alone. So this tile can't be a 1, must be touching something else. if it's this, obviously can't come around that corner. Gets to here and is capped. But it could also go that way or that way. If it comes out that way, then that's okay. So if we imagine that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we need at least plus 7 from this border. It might be that it goes like this, but it needs at least 7 from this border. So this is all fuzzy to this plus 7. So it must take that one. That's 1. It can't take this one, so it must take that one. That's 2. It can't take that one leaving that, so it must take this one. That's 3. Must take this one. So that's 4. Now, it could come up to here. But it can't come across, because that leaves this. So this one is ambiguous. But it must come up to there, which is 5. It can't come down to this. It might go up to that if it doesn't do this. So this is an ambiguous binary pair. My favorite kind of fruit. And then that is 6. So with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that is our first potential area, which feels super ugly. But it does mean that this has to get out. So this is a 1, 2, 3. This is a line, which means this has to get out. This is a 1, 2 count, which means this has to go up. This can't go across left, and so it must get out of here. And whichever way it does that, it can't leave either of these tiles as ones. So it picks up all of this, and therefore this can't pick up that. So this must do this, and not that. So that becomes a 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How is this only a difficulty 3 puzzle? Am I grossly overcomplicating something here? I feel like I'm doing way more work than I've done on some 5s and 6s just to get this. I don't know, man. Either way, this has to get out to here. This has to get out to here. They might all be part of the same shape. That could all be this for all I know. This has to get out. So this is a 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a problem. Oh, 11. 12. This is only 7. And this is where I'm sure I coloured up to this problem before. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I do, excuse you, if I do that saves me some of my trouble, I think. But what do I do about this space? It's got to belong to somebody, right? How? If I could take up all that with that, it would be fine, but this is only 11, that's only 11. Obviously, I know I can do this, except I can't do that. I don't understand how this is a difficulty 3 puzzle or what I'm doing to make myself suffer so much here. This just needs a 12th piece and everything will be fine. Oh, who do you belong to then? Ah! What am I missing out of all of this stuff? Like basically, it's up to where I was counting was fine and definite. But the rest of it, I just don't understand where everything goes to get to 90, or what very simple thing I'm missing on a difficulty 3 puzzle. And this has to get out. Who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? Is what is killing this for me. It's just minimum 12. And that's all it is. So this is 7. This exists like this. This still has to get out, but this can't get out. So I think that must exist the way we had it penned. My brain's just like, oh, just use check progress just to make sure your foundations are okay, but I feel like I should be able to do this on difficulty 3. That has to get out, that has to get out. That has to be different. I like that move. I do. But this can't exist like this because this has to get out then, and this also has to get out. And it can't do that. It's this one tile for this 11 that I cannot get my brain around. Otherwise, the rest of it seems sound. Can you pick up some... You can't pick up this 7 because of that line. You can't pick up this because that has to be different to that. I hate this so much. Everything's correct up to here. Okay. Then everything has to be correct up to here. Yeah. Stop that. So this must be a zone. That's 12, that's 12. That's 12. That's 12. That can't do that. This is actually boiling my brain. This is all correct. 11, 12 minimum, 9, 10, 11, 12 minimum. You can do that. 10. Don't understand it. How can I do this? Where's the logic? This goes. That makes sense. This has to go to at least here. That has to go to at least there. That has to go to at least there. What? You go up. So you cap out at 12. You are now 12. It might be more than 12, but... That's 12. That's 12. This still doesn't resolve. That makes 12. This is 11. I would love these two to join up, but then that becomes my one that is one short. I want somebody to show me how you do this puzzle just competently. Everything's correct so far. So this is a 13. That can't do that, so that must do that. It must. Oh my god. I don't know what about that is supposed to be simple. That drove me mad. Four to 7 area number as a 6. There's so much stuff down here. You're one that I don't like. What are you doing? You're solved. You're not solved. Range 3 to 5, Gemini Delta. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 minimum. Also, 1, 2, 3 minimum, 1, 2, 3 minimum. This is got to be the same as whatever's behind it. This is currently a 3-piece hook that cannot make it around that corner or that corner. So this has to be at least 4. And that 4 can't turn into a horseshoe. So that stops there. Then this has to go either left or right, is my options. If it does that, this can't be a horseshoe going into this too. It could be a... Oh, it can't be a 5, it can't be that. Okay, so this has to go left, I think. I hope. Which means that's going to do that plus 1. That's 4. That can't be 5. It could be 3. That can be 3. It has to be 3. Because it can't be 5 being a horseshoe. Can't build horseshoes anywhere else. That's got to be at least a 3. That can't exist as a 2, so that becomes that. So the 2 regions touching this symbol must be different shapes. So you could be a 5, you just can't be a 5 that's that size. So you have to be different. Be that. 3 there would be valid. That's valid. But that can't become a 5 straight piece. So that's a 4 straight piece. Well, went better than the first time I tried to do it, apparently. I will take it. That my brain does not understand. We learned that very quickly. A 3 here shouldn't be too bad. Little roaring fire in the corner. So this guy can only exist in its obvious spot. Range 3 to 5. That could do that, or that. Which means those 2 are together. How many places can I fit this in that doesn't leave horrible gaps? This can't go straight up because we can't leave the 1 or the 1. So this is going horizontal to here or here. This has to get out. I should have started there, shouldn't I? That has to get out as at least 3s. Which means that can't pass there. That can't go to there, so put a box around it. That can't go there. That means that has to go that way, I think. So that goes that way. Not bad. Not bad at all. we dare try any more right now? Maximum 2. All regions have an area of at most 2. Well, there's only 2 ways that you can build this puzzle, right? Maybe, because if this, oh, if this is 2, then this is 2, then this is 1 and 1 and 1. Means this is 2. This is 1. This is 2. This is 2. This is 2. This is 1. This is 2. Well, I take these. Oh dear. Red one here is Gemini Delta. Back there, range 2 to 3, mingle shape. So it's this group again. That's our shape bank. With range 2 to 3, I think that has to be this, because any other gets stuff locked in. Therefore, I think this, or that could do that, and then that can do that. So now we have options, but that must come out to here. That must come to at least there. That must come to at least there. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. Well, if it's range 2, 3, and this is a bent 3, this can't exist. This can't exist. We can't have two twos next to each other. Therefore, that must be straight. That must be a short 2. Therefore, that's going to do that. Where else can we go? These either both have to be 2s, or it would have to be that. We should put that there. Now I'm just colouring, but I do love colouring every once in a while. This is a 2. So that would have to be a 3. But that can't exist. Alright. Nothing obvious there leads me to think that this is going to be that way instead. And then that still has to get out. That has to get out. That has to go around there. Then that can't go to there. So that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 3. And then we hope this way it works out in this direction instead. Three, 2. I could probably try and do some kind of math by how many things we can divide by. So this space is 11, which would need to be like 3, 3, 3, 2, or 3, 3, 2. No. It's whether this is correct. I'm happy with the top bit. It's this bit that I'm just kind of scooching towards. Not have that there. Right, can I get some other logic in here first? This is 2 or 3. If this is 3, this is 2. That has to be bent. That has to be 3. We got there. It was ugly, but we got there. Alright. Have I exhausted what my brain can do today in this space? You're horrible. You're horrible. You're horrible. And then this is the last one that's not horrible. But do I dare sit and try and puzzle this out right now? Range 4 to 7. Well, I'm having some thoughts. Now, here's the thing. Well, let's do some math first. Range 4 to 7. It says 4, 5, 6, 7 in the numbers. That's cute. There's 115 in this main area. This is a 4 that's just going to be a 4. That doesn't count for anything. That's just kind of there. So this is 115. And we have 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40, 50, 61, 68, 74, 80, 87, 94, 101, 108. Unless I missed a 7. I'm going to redo that math. Hold on. Alright, the second time through I got 108 as well. So I think that's fine. So it's 115. And the numbers equal 100 and... Did I say 8 or 7? I think it's 8. Yeah, it's 108 with 7 remaining. But that means that in an area 4 to 7, the 7 must be a single piece, because it can't be a 4 and a 3. So what that tells us is, of everything that we're going to build out of this, we can't leave any gaps of 4, 5, or 6. Basically, is what that tells us. So that must go up to there with this 4. That's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think has to be that, because we can't leave the 3. This has to be the 5. That has to get out to there. Any others that are really obvious? Obviously, these two 5s, or these two 5s, could share a region, which would then throw off this calculation. But we're working with what we've got. That's all we can do right now. These 3 5s are the only numbers on the board that I can see that could be a shared region value. I feel like this general space is underrepresented for how much stuff there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. It's like if this did... If that does that, and that does that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then maybe a 6. Because otherwise, this can't do that. Yeah, that's interesting, but I can't, like, pin it down. This has to get out to here. If it goes to the 6, that's too big. Could go to the 5. And then it leaves an awkward space in the middle. If this were to be like a 5 and a 5, that means that 2 of these would have to join together because we've taken a 5 out of our remaining free spaces. But I don't know that that is how that goes. I do know that those must be part of a region together. Whether they touch the 7 or the 5 remains uncertain, because the 5 could cut down like that. So what else can we know? It's a fantastic question. It really is a fantastic... Like, that has to go to there, that has to go to there. Doesn't really help me very much. What else can we know to be true? Like, with the ambiguity of these 5s, it could be that that is a... Oh, no, it can't be a 3. Okay, so that is fine. I'm trying to think about, like, tiles that can only be reached by a single number. But there doesn't feel like a lot of those. And I'm desperately trying to not just start colouring in to hope everything works out. Well, this 5 can't go this way. If this 5 were this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 has to at least take those. Oh, the 5 can't get out. Okay, okay. This is 5. But then that is only 5 of its own. Therefore, I think that has to be the 7, and that has to be the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 minimum. Can't join the 6. God, I hope this is right. This is 4, 5, 6. Can't join that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 needed. Is that right? I hope it is. There must be like another dead end like that, or like another confined space that we can break out some other logic with. Surely. Don't call me Shirley. That's nice. Like this 4 has to exist within this boundary. But that doesn't tell me much. This is ambiguous on the 6. So it could be that. And then the 4 is going to take 4 of these 7 tiles. Oh, okay. I got something. This 7. If it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least. Now, if they belong to the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't do it because this 4 needs some room. So is it going to be this? And then because this exists, we need the 5s to now double up. The 5s. So we need 2 of these 5s to double up now. That makes this the 6. This the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doesn't go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 minimum. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Missed that. That could be that with another 4. That's interesting. Obviously the 6 can't cut the 7 off. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that has to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hate that. I hate that a lot. Because that leaves me with this hellhole. Oh no. Well, I am unhappy about this development. Alright, bring me back a little. Everything's correct so far. Okay. So I don't know about my ambiguity here, although the line segments are correct. So yeah, we do know that that is correct. So we know that this is a 4 and that the 5s are going to need doubling up or something in that vein. So let's see if we can keep progressing from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And leaves that. I think that must go that way. I don't think there's any other way that that can go. Right? But then I'm getting down to where I was a minute ago in a world of hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's a... Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or something. 5. 5. Maybe it's the 7s that need to join together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Puts another 4 there. I'm not sure how this math is mathing now, but... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey! So we ended up with a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we knew some overlapping was going to have to happen. It just wasn't the 5s, it was the 7s. I'll take it. I'm pretty happy with that for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.